when you listen to the gospel today, the Beatitudes, there's 8 sayings, of course, but there's one in particular that doesn't get an awful lot of attention. And that's the one where Jesus says, you really want to be happy? Happy and blessed you will be if you are able to mourn your losses in life. He said, that's a unique way of being happy, mourning your losses. But the world that we live in, as you realize, our common culture that we have to endure today, does not encourage you or me to mourn. That just seems terrible. Don't mourn. That's too depressing. Don't mourn. Get on with life. But Jesus went up that little hillside and he said to the disciples and the people, really the only way to be happy is to acknowledge your losses. As you will go through your lives, you will experience every day all kinds of losses. Don't deny them. Acknowledge them. We lose our youth, our sense of wonder. You can lose your way. You can lose respect. You can lose your friends. You can even lose heart. You can lose your innocence, your virginity, your inheritance, your hair, your teeth, your spirit, your joy, your security, your balance. You lose time. You lose your life. One of the first losses that I think we have to realize is that we're living in a culture that idolizes and worships youth. They tell us youth is where it's at. Getting old is a disease. It's an illness to be avoided at all costs. Don't get old. It's a terrible thing. So they tell us in our culture, our society, you look at the TV, the commercials, think young, look young, feel young. That's the way it is. You're never going to get old. In our culture, of course, we're told, deny the losses. But on that little hillside, Jesus said, look, accept them. It's not going to be easy. Shed the tears. You can sigh. You can weep. But maybe the stage of life that we're in now, maybe the eyesight's not as good as it was, the hearing's terrible, maybe the memory is just really bad, maybe we need help to walk, we need a cane, we need a walker. Those are real painful losses when you stop and realize, I'm no longer young. I used to be able to do all of this stuff, but I can't do it now. I can't run up 2 or 3 stairs without getting winded. Shed the tears. You have to let the youth go. Sometimes we have to be truly, brutally honest and say, some of those dreams that I've had will never see the light of day. They just never will be born. I have to let them go. Our Blessed Mother had a dream. In the Gospel of the Annunciation, the angel said, this child of yours is going to be born. He is going to be a king. His kingdom will have no end. And where was she? 33 years later at the foot of the cross. Broken dream. God, you promised. Is this a cruel joke? You promised he'd be a king. Now look at him. We all have dreams. And some of those dreams we've realized, but a lot of them will never happen. Jesus said, mourn, let them go, shed the tears. Don't cover them up, acknowledge them, and get on with life. We also have to mourn relationships. The relationships that we have that are no longer what they once were. Maybe unhappy marriages. Oh, this marriage was going to be a happy, life-giving marriage till the day I die. Maybe it's not. Maybe it wasn't. For some people, that may have been the biggest mistake that you have ever made. And that's painful to realize that. The loss of those loving relationships. Mary also was in a family relationship, of course, with Joseph and Jesus. But Mary also lost something as well. She experiences broken dreams, painful losses, not finding her son, finally losing her son. And so this evening will be a wonderful opportunity to approach that healing Jesus along with his mother, who mourns everything that we have lost in life. Jesus was a very gentle man, and he allowed himself to be taken. He allowed himself to be put up on a cross, to be taken from us so that we could be free. And it is precisely in those moments of weakness, of suffering, of mourning our losses, that's where we're going to find our strength and our hope. So, first of all, I invite you to just close your eyes and listen to the words of this little song. You were broken that we may be healed. You were taken that we may be free. You were poured out for the world to see, that in weakness is our strength, in the power and the glory of your name. Jesus, in the power and the glory of your name. You were given that we may receive. You were gentle that we may be strong. You were brought low for the world to see, that in weakness is our strength, in the power and the glory of your name. Jesus, in the power and the glory of your name, in the power and the glory of